So here we are, measuring our tiles to go on this backsplash above the stove. What's complicated about this is that this ceiling came down in the middle of my backsplash, my stove. So we mirrored it up with this one, and it made the angle go like this. So we were going to have just the ceiling go across, except our pot rack, which is sitting there on top of the sink cupboard, it's very, it has chains and it's very high. And in order to not have pot sit you on the head, we thought it'd be best if it was a little higher up. And since we had the space, we decided to bring it up, and actually where that board is across the floor joist, that's where the electrical box will sit. So we need to have our metal tile come down, over, and then down. And of course we need to cut out for this and then go all the way down to the back of the stove. So it makes this cut very complicated. And then the front where the wood is, that's going to be wood. And the ceiling will be wood. And this will be wood. That already is wood, but it'll be trimmed out. Yeah, it gets quite complicated trying to figure out how to cut these. So we're drawing a little plan there, measuring twice or 10 times. And, and before we cut any of these tiles that we have underneath here. And we got a break so that we can bend. There's a couple of places, there's a place in the pattern we can bend, but then there's a part where it's not on the pattern, we have to bend it. So we get the break, and we got this padding to go over the tile as we're pushing it through the vise part of the break, maybe to help protect it from getting scratched or whatever. And then we have this metal cutter that we can use to cut any tiles that have to be cut. That's the backsplash. So yeah, the pattern is a 4x4, and it can be easily bent in a groove to the tiles, but one bend will have to be not in the actual pattern, so it will get tricky. So our first bend is going to be just below the pattern. So the pattern has a raised edge here. We're just going to go right on the edge of it. So lining up the part that bends with the lower part of this. A little padding to protect the other part that's, you know, good. And the metal part. So you're gonna line it all up again. This just below this raised edge on both sides. Making sure the metal lines up with the crease. It's a very simple concept. It just uses these two levers to fold up the piece that's still lying on that, bending it where these two meet.
There goes nothing.
Measure twice, cut once, or in this case, bend once. Pulling it towards himself.
So that's the first, so we can actually check. Yeah, that's hard to see with that thing.
Yeah, that foam in the way. It's gonna. I think just keep bending it up and get your 9 degrees.
Okay, we can hand bend that further.
Yeah.
The creases here.
Looks like a really good angle, actually. Looks amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Looks really good.
Could go a tiny bit further, but I'm not unhappy with this.
No, I'm impressed. Now the other one, unfortunately, is in the the other one, unfortunately, is in the middle of a pattern, or like close to the edge or something. It's was it 9 inches from here?
So
look at that thing.
This now goes up
Like that.
part.
Yeah.
So this is gonna go. It's gonna go up against
That part.
there. So now we need to do that bend up. Good. So now the next one that needs to go that way. So
In that direction.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
With the mark.
Put a little mark on there, and then we'll put it
Yeah.
on. We'll do the same thing, but I'll put this stuff on the other side. Right?
Yes.
So
If it's too small, it's gonna get warped around the stud. The stud also has screws sticking out of it, so having a little gap may prevent us from bending in front over a screw head.
this
Okay,
is it.
break, take 2.
Break, take 2. Okay, it doesn't go exactly 90 degrees, but we can bend that further.
Well, the padding is sort of keeping it from getting quite to the 90.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you demonstrated, you can just bend it by hand a bit. We got these at Brian Greer's in Ontario. I can't remember how much they were per tile, but I didn't get any finish on them. I put my own finish on them. And these ones just have a clear spray, like a metal paint. Rust-Oleum clear. I just wanted to take a bit of the glare off and still keep the nice raw tin look. Okay, well, and it will stick out a tiny gap from here, but that's fine. We're going to put a couple of screws at the top, and this will be glued to the cement board. And we'll put some glue between them so the two metals don't touch. Another Princess Auto find is this metal cutter.
Should use like this. So they're just shears, eh? Okay, I want to do this. Alrighty, let's go back. Here we go. Yeah. But I wasn't falling on my toes. Bing. Look at that.
Wow.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Very, very sharp edge, obviously. And it's in the middle, so the pattern was starting to raise up, and then there was a bubble that I cut off, and then the other side will be the raise down. Right? Two hands. Bend.
See this? Am I on the corner? Line up I am. No.
A lot of prep work, not much. So like
After that,
anticlimactic, actually.
There's nothing to it, yeah. Yeah.
So two Princess Auto finds, this brake and our metal cutter here, the Power Fist brand.
Shears, yeah.
Shears. Good use for a straight edge.
Yeah.
16.5 this time has to be cut. And it can be a little shy because there will be trim around the edges. There won't be this sharp edge of metal sticking out. Yeah. Et voila! Show them how you do when you have to make a corner. This one was a corner before, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I got a 45 angle out and then just do that, and that sits at the top. It gives it extra
and then we
support.
put a screw through both the sides there, yeah.
So
we did it on a couple of these corners up here that are up here now.
Yeah, nobody ever does that. I don't know why not, because it gives you so much more sideways
like that one there. You can see it's got a bend in it there, and also it's not a sharp edge.
Since I Miss Calico who made this, and so I made a drawing.
Drew.
You drew something?
No, not Drew. Drew.
You drew something?
I drew.
Is this a cat?
Yeah, with a hat on. Someone's hat on the cat.
So it's a cat in the hat?
No, it's someone's people hat.
Oh, a people hat on the cat.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you mean since you missed Calico? She's in the cage downstairs.
Actually, this is Callie.
Yeah, Callie's in the cage downstairs with the kitties.
That's not too far.
Why is Calico down here, Dad?
She's the mommy of the kitties. She's looking after them.
Where's the daddy?
He's the big tomcat outside I keep feeding. This is way better than trying to cut the tile in all these small pieces.
Okay.
And then attaching the small pieces up to the steel studs.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we decided to do to keep the metal tin from touching the metal studs so that the metal doesn't have a bad reaction is good old duct tape. Yay, duct tape. Multiple purposes. Cover the steel stud with duct tape wherever these guys touch, and voila, no touchy anymore. And we also have to cut it where the chimney pipe goes up through here. And I've ordered Chinese food for tonight because clearly I don't have access to my stove yet. We're hoping we can get it on tomorrow, but we have to finish the ceiling. Because once it's on and hot, and it doesn't shut off, or, well, it takes 6 hours to start up again, so it's not like you want to turn it on and off every day. And, you know, once I get it running again, I'm just going to be so happy I'm not going to want to turn it off again. So, my husband got the first piece up, and the next piece needed the hole cut for the chimney pipe, which we stood up there to get an idea where it would be. And we had this old cardboard, so he drew a little template, and he took it over to the bent tile, and now he's cutting it out with some tin snips. Did you punched out with a nail? Is that what you did first? Instead of drilling it?
Yeah, I used the
nail and a hammer.
Yeah, the hole punch. No, an awl.
Oh,
actually.
the awl, right? The awl and the hammer, yeah, okay. And then you just started cutting away. Not a glove in sight, I see. Using PL Premium to glue these tiles on to the cement board, but he's putting up some screws to hold the tile, first of all, from slipping down, so it's around the edges of it, and also to keep it so that it's stuck well enough to the wall for the glue to dry, and then we remove the screws after to add the next tiles. So we just did this one on the corner. We did a bend in it so that it would, the light here, so that it would bend nicely. So yeah, he just put up the screw there and there and there, just around the edges to keep it from slipping down and keeping it level, right? You see the level there?
Yeah.
Make sure the pattern stays level, it doesn't go off kilter, because we just pushed it into the corner and glued it, and if it somehow starts sloping down funny, then yeah, we'd have a problem
and I
with
have
the pattern.
to put something up against here so that this is not, because this is now loose.
This Hagenaars set of hands.
Sure, that's where that is.
Well, thought it was. Maybe it's not that far to the left. Maybe it's closer to the right. Hot screw?
Yeah, maybe a 2-inch screw.
We have finally reached the point of uncovering the stove, and we are dismantling the crate that's been protecting her since March. Sneak peek over there. We have it lit now. I have to turn it up to full temperature now. We've waited the 30 minutes. And there she is in all her glory. So this was my husband's creative way of getting the tin to stick with the PL. He has it screwed in here and on a block of wood on the other side, pinch that together. And then he's wedged this one up here to make sure that this tile, actually in the corner, this tile and this, they're one tile, sticks there. And he's used screws down the side here to hold this piece in. So tomorrow when that's all dry, he'll take all that down. And then this last one, which he's got it cut out, will go up here, and we'll clamp around the corner and use the same wood thing to go down the middle to make sure that that stays in place. It's pretty stunning the way it is now. We don't have any light bulbs in the lamp, and we don't have the electricity turned on yet, because on the light switch is there, and on the other side there's another light switch and 2 light switches actually that need their wiring finished in order to complete this circuit. But there she is. I have a cloth here because when you first start it up, if you see any moisture dripping, you have to wipe it up right away because it could stay in the enamel, because it absorbs moisture when it's off and cold. So I've had it on now the full 30 minutes. So I'll open her up. You can see the gas flame is there. And so now I'm going to turn it to fully to the green band. Let me get my other hand here. That's the operating temperature. I think I'll put it a little bit higher on the green band. And that's, we see the flame going. She is lit, and I hope to never shut her off again. Well, maybe if we go away for a month again, I'll turn it down. But look how the chrome tops and the tin, wow, it looks so magnificent. And this pot rack is all black, and as you can see, there's been a lot of work in this ceiling area. So this is the old ceiling from here. We took the boards off, flipped them upside down, and ran them through the planer. I sanded them. They're not completely smooth. That's not the look I was going for. Sprayed them white. That's what I was doing in my painting room. And this is our shiplap. It goes all the way up here too, and here. And because this ceiling comes here, and it's just awkward how the two join, we're gonna mimic the same shiplap look, just on the same side here, where up to where the wall is. So he's pulled this piece down lower so he could put those on after he puts that last board on. We took that out to redo some electrical. And then this will be white too, probably the shiplap as well going up. And then it's a coffered and tin ceiling going on there. But yeah, it's exciting. Finally, I can cook again. Amazing. And I love my AGA. I really, really love my AGA.